Hi everyone, it's Johnny here, and I just wanted to give you a quick overview of how my portfolio is doing. So for starters, US dollars doing extremely well for us. We're shorting USD across the board really, and the other thing that's doing well for us is the AUD, so long on AUD. So you can see here we're buying AUD in two separate occasions, and we're shorting US dollar across the board. So you can see here selling USD, buying against USD, and down here selling USD CHF, which is quite a new trade for us, this USD CHF one. So you can see the USDs are doing the best. So you can see we've got $650, almost $600 from more USD as well. The other thing we're investing in at the moment is the cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin and Ethereum have made really good recoveries in the last couple of days. Bitcoin's now 2,700, whereas Ethereum's back up to 230, and it's been trying to get past 250 recently, but not quite managing to do it. So overall, all of these positions, I'll show you some of the negative ones, but we're about 2,300 profit, 2,400 almost, and yeah, so 2,400 profit with New Zealand USD and Euro GBP flagging a little bit at the moment, and copper's kind of net even, so it's not really doing anything at the moment. So I just wanted to show you how we've been dealing with the US dollars then recently. So I've just drawn this on the chart quickly for you. So you can see how US dollar has been failing over the last couple of months. So since about 13th of June here, you can see US dollar has been falling against Canadian dollar in this case, but this has been happening across the board. We actually sold it at this point here, so on this red bar down, we sold here with a stop loss at about 1.3, roughly 1.3, and we got in about 1.287. And now we're all the way down here. Actually, we've made a little bit of money since I drew this, so if I can draw this on a little bit better, we'll see exactly what we're on. Okay, so about 3.4 risk to reward, so that means if we risked $100, we would have made $340 profit. Okay, so that's essentially what it does, and you can see a repeating pattern for USD CAD if you have a look on the 30-minute chart. It's very easy to see if you actually zoom out on the 30-minute chart. You can see we go up. We have this upward trending pattern, and then it gets cut down by a downtrend, and then it kind of continues this pattern all the way through. And it's actually just happening again right now, so that's quite interesting. So making even more money now. You see it's been another fall from support. This seems to happen all the time for USD CAD. You just draw a line and it's broken it here, and then you can make some money off it. And that's what we've been doing, but we sold quite a long time ago now. And this has been happening all across the board, as I've mentioned, so USD CHF as well. This is another instance we sold here on the Bollinger breakout. Our moving average filter is telling us it's a downtrend, so this is our moving average here, simple moving average. And we sold on this Bollinger breakout, and it was also almost a long-term support breakout as well. So you can see here it bounces off this support a couple of times, and that's how you know it's a good support level to look at. And it's even bounced off quite recently as well. And it's actually broken out, and we've made, let's have a look, I think we've made about $195 on USD CHF at the moment. So yeah, as you can see, all the US dollars are kind of failing across the board, so that's why we've been shorting them really. So the next thing I wanted to go on to was AUD USD then. This is I kind of see AUD USD at the moment as the perfect storm, because you've had really good news from the AUD perspective in terms of the RBA statements that were released recently, which were positive for Australian dollar. And as I mentioned, all of the US dollar pairs have been falling as well. So this kind of had positives for AUD, downsides for US. So you kind of got that perfect storm. So within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, it's already reached all the way up here. So we actually bought 0.773 level, stop loss around 0.765, and it's already up at 0.795. So here again, within about a week, we've made over 3-to-1 risk reward, which is really good progress, and it's quite rare to see to make that much money in such a short space of time. So again, this had an MA filter change, so you can see what happened here is it was on the top, and then it came underneath, showing us that it's kind of a bullish signal. And we actually bought on this Bollinger breakout again with the MA filter crossing below, which is always a nice sign. And this time it was right, and it made us some very decent profit there. As you can actually see in our portfolio, it's made us $556 in a week. So that's a nice amount of profit to just sit there and watch happen and not actually have to do any work for. The only work I had to do was actually put it on, which was obviously very easy. So it's nice to see when that happens. So the final thing I wanted to mention then was about the cryptocurrencies. So if you watched our previous video about our Ethereum, it's called our thoughts on Ethereum, and what we said was we were going to buy this when it broke back into this Bollinger Band. And what actually happened is the first day it came out of the Bollinger Band, it came back in. This is our buy signal here, and we bought all the way up to here. So we were absolutely bang on. We even sold up here. So Ethereum's been one of our best stories, really, because we've pretty much called every single signal correctly. We called the sell up here, so we sold up here. We made about $7,000 in total. That's me and Ewan made $7,000, and then down here we actually bought, and now this is in profit as well, I think. Yeah, so Ethereum's on $156 profit at the moment. Similarly to Bitcoin, we did exactly the same technique with Bitcoin. On the same day, it broke back in. And here I've actually drawn it on. So we bought roughly around 2162 level, 2160. Stop loss of 1911. And we've already made 2.5 risk reward. And I don't know if you remember, on the 20th, Bitcoin went a bit crazy, and it came from 2261 all the way up to 2840. So that was a huge day for us. And we're currently on, almost $500 for that one now. So that's, again, been another nice profit to see happen over a week, where we made a lot of money for not very much work, which is very nice to see. So that's all I really wanted to mention today. Just to summarize then, US dollar has been falling. We made money off that. AUD's had some very good news, and the cryptos broke back in as we expected them to. So all in all, it's been a very good week. And we hope to continue this with some of our newer positions, so like USD CHFs, relatively new, Euro USDs, relatively new, and it's already in profits. And also New Zealand USD was something we opened last night, which it's doing okay. It's not quite there yet, but we'll see what happens. It's a nice breakout again. So we'll see what happens over the next few days. Okay, that's all I wanted to mention. Thanks for listening, and as ever, good luck with your trading.